Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, judges, for being here, and the audience as well. I'm sure your necks hurt, judges, so you guys should get some massages, maybe part of your gift. So I'm Stacy. I'm the founder and president of Tougher, and Tougher is a workwear brand for women who are in the industrial trades. And I want to start off with the original Tough Her, the woman who inspired this brand, and that's my grandma Loretta. As you can see on the left-hand side, that's her on her family farm in Iowa. And what's incredible about my grandmother is that not only did she farm 100 acres of soybean and corn on her own, but she did so as a young widow with 4 children. And so fast forward down the family tree 2 generations, there's me on that same family farm. And the thing about it is I grew up loving getting my hands dirty and working hard, but what I found is that I always had to go to the men's aisle in order to get durable clothing to do hard work. And unfortunately, not much has changed since the 1920s when my grandmother was doing most of her farming. As you can see, this is Lillian. I met her over the summer at OSU. She's on a construction crew as a safety inspector. Check out her pants that she's wearing. Those are a pair of men's rigs that she also cut cargo pants off from another pair and safety pinned them on there. And so this is not only a safety problem, it's a social justice and social equity issue when women do not have the gear to simply do their jobs. And it's 2019 and it's still a problem. And the reason that we're here for Tougher is that we build pro-grade, not fashion-grade workwear for the women who are out there getting it done. And the reason why we have to exist and why I built this company is that when you go to a store, like a farm and ranch store like Wilco, 98% of the floor space is men's products. That entire picture is men's, and women's is like one turnstile next to the pink cowboy hats and the rhinestone encrusted cowboy jeans. That's all we get, but the men get this entire emporium of product. Now, this is a growing market. In fact, women are the fastest growing demographic in industrial trades. As you can see, Ellie in construction and even Jessica, utilities, those are growing fields. But we also look at agriculture as well and the wine industry. And in fact, globally, it's a $30 billion market. If you look at just the US, it's a $2.7 billion market. And I see when we get acquired in about 7 years, I believe we'll make around $125 million in revenue. And the exciting thing about it is right now, 30% of farmers are women. But in about 5 to 10 years, when you get that young generation coming up, over 60% of women are going to be farmers, and we're going to be the people that supply them with their clothing. Now, we've cracked the code on fit. That's the hardest thing for a company to get right. Carhartt has been trying to do it for 100 years. But we've been able to do something where when women bend down, they're not flashing and gapping in the back. They don't have to worry about wearing pants that feel like sausage casings because they're too tight, because they don't allow women with muscles to work with their clothing. But we also sell into corporate. So Underwood, which makes that amazing wine in the can, right? Half their production staff is women, and its president, Ryan, bought every single woman there a pair of our Tougher pants to wear on the site. In addition to that, Lillian, she was the one with those safety pin pockets on her pants. That's her wearing a pair of our Tougher pants on the site. And she's part of the National Association of Women in Construction. So we'll be selling into unions and trade organizations as well as an opportunity. Now, our product has gone toe-to-toe in customer reviews against Patagonia's workwear line, and we actually came out ahead. Women liked our product better, and in fact, we've been listed in the print issue of Outside Magazine over the summer. We've been in Sunset, and we've also been online through other product reviews as well. Now, that's because we have a kick-ass team. So these women that you see here are veterans. They know their stuff in the industry. They come from Burley, from Prana, Carhartt, Patagonia. These are all VPs of design pattern making, and they know the business and how to get it done. And our competitors right now, yes, they're out there, but there's no market leader, especially for a woman-only workwear brand. And so what we can bring to the table is an affordable, durable, authentic product at a price point that women can afford. So far, we've raised about $160,000. 100 of that has been on a convertible note, and we did a $20,000 at a Kickstarter in 6 days. So that shows you what the demand is. We're seeking $300,000, half of that going into working capital for product, and then the additional for operations and product development as well. Our sales are 1.4x year on year, and we are projected to do 100,000 in sales this year. And our return rate is 1% versus the 20% industry standard. And I leave it with this. The president is female. We want to be a part of that. Thank you so much.
So Stacy, the go-to-market strategy on this, you've evolved it over time.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about where it is now and where you want to take it?
I was, very ambitious starting out that I'd be able to do both retail and direct-to-consumer. And with the capital that I've been, slowly grinding and getting together, it was just not realistic to really focus on the retail being half and half. So I've really pivoted towards looking at more of a direct-to-consumer model. And the reason why I like that is the shoppers or the consumers that we work with, they like to shop online. Once they know their size in a given brand, sure, they'll order it, till they're blue in the face because they don't actually want to drive to that local farm and ranch to try on things. So we really want to focus on that, and that way we can offer a better price point for women because a farmer in Iowa is not going to pay over $100 for pants. So we want to keep that price point, but we want to make sure the durability and the quality is there.
So if you're in D2C, what are your gross margins and how are you selling it? Are you on Amazon or going just to your website? Can you talk about that?
Sure. Our profit margin is 51%, and we don't sell on Amazon because then it becomes a commodity, and you're also educating Amazon how to sell your product and basically rip it off. So we want to just focus on being tougher and having that ecosystem, much like Duluth Trading Co. It's its own ecosystem. It has its own storefronts and its own online store. It doesn't sell into other retailers. And how I see us being able to market that is we found that we spend about little less than $1 doing targeted ads through social media. So Instagram and Facebook have been our best returns, and also word of mouth, because once you're in one job site, everybody talks to everybody about what they use.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure I'm mindful of time here. So one, are you leveraging influencer marketing, given the fact that you're doing a lot in this space? And then two, have you thought about considering potentially partnering with one of the bigger brands like not the Patagonias, but someone else in the space?
We haven't been doing influencer marketing, and that's just because I haven't had the capital yet to really infuse. So this is what this current raise is going to do, be able to do that as well. I would say also, your second question, can you repeat just one more time? Sorry.
We're out of time.
Oh, okay. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Stacy goes up tougher.
I gotta get the time.